What's up, y'all? So, I try to make, whenever I talk about stuff here during my nightly stretch, I kind of try to make it, I always hope that it's something that will speak to you. Um, but I always try to draw from like something that's kind of happening with me or what's happened with me or things that I've learned on my own health journey and even life journey. And just to be transparent, these past few days, really these past several days have been a challenge for me. So like my as I've mentioned in recent videos, had a family member to have like a medical significant medical situation, a medical emergency, and that's definitely been very significant for my family, and I've had other issues and whatnot, like concurrent um, issues in other areas of life and whatnot. And the thing it's kind of made me think about is like our tendency to really try to figure things out, and our tendency to get worried about things. And truth be told, that's something that I'm still working on, because I found myself at times very anxious, and I was able to kind of keep some of it down, so to speak. But it's like a steady undercurrent of anxiousness that I was finding myself in, just kind of trying to, either trying to figure things out or kind of having scenarios go through my mind of what could possibly happen and all this kind of stuff. And personally, I had to take a lot of time to pray, just really pray and seek God for like a solution, because it's like, man, this ain't working. Like, it's really not working. I can't do like this. I can't be like this. And the cool thing is, today I had something happen that I would not have done. I wouldn't have tried to make it happen myself, because I didn't even think about it. And it's something that actually helped to relieve a whole lot of that anxiousness that I was feeling. And so I say all of that to say this. So y'all, we're thinking beings. We're used to really reasoning through things, and rationalizing this is kind of what makes us different than every other living being. And that stuff is cool, but sometimes it gets in our way. We tend to get really worked up when we can't really figure things out, how things will work and whatnot. And like I say, we'll worry or be fearful or anxious, to kind of tie it into the health kind of stuff. Then a lot of times we'll kind of try to figure out our own ways, and we'll take rash actions, like quick impulsive decisions that aren't necessarily good for our health, because we're trying to like figure things out, and we end up finding ourselves even deeper than before. But this is what I encourage you to do. Like, just understand, like, there's always, first of all, I was just talking to my wife about this, there's literally always going to be something to worry about. Always. It doesn't matter if things are going well or not going well. There's still always something that you can put in your mind to be concerned about. But because of that, and I'm talking to myself because I haven't arrived. I haven't. But like, one thing that's good for me to do is to intentionally not try to figure it out. To know that things will work out, and to hold that hope close to me, and to pray. As a person who believes in God, prayer for me is very important, and I'm finding it's becoming more and more and more important. Um, but it's always going to be something to worry about. But worry and anxiety don't really help. All they do is kind of like torture you, you know, and a lot of times, again, even if you're not necessarily, if you're not a person who believes in God or whatever, just kind of hear this, you know, in the Bible, it's various passages where it says like, don't be afraid or don't be anxious and stuff like that, which is interesting because a lot of times, I don't know about you, but being anxiousness, anxiety feels often like it often feels like it's involuntary. But if you really think about it, it's not. A lot of times being anxious is associated with maybe a thought that comes or something like that, and then it ends up producing anxiety within you. Like maybe it's something that's like, oh man, what if this happens? What if that happens? And so like when you really think about it, you really can choose whether or not you're going to be anxious or not. And what the Bible talks about, like with anxiety, it talks about essentially praying and then also choosing to think on, for lack of better words, like positive things that are good, things that are virtuous, stuff like that. And so it's like you are intentionally choosing what to think about, praying and then intentionally choosing your thoughts. And so, again, to tie that into the health stuff, for those of you who continue to pursue goals and or you have some health problems and they're making you very anxious and whatnot, what I have found, and from the health standpoint, to be very helpful for me is, again, choose your thoughts. And specifically, if you're aiming for some sort of significant health change, health goal or whatever, choose thoughts that empower you. In other words, things that are gonna like help you to feel a sense of agency, that, things that you can do. Because a lot of times once we start getting anxious, that's when we kind of, at least from my personal experience, when I start to feel anxious and worried, I start to feel more paralyzed. And I feel the opposite of empowered. I feel disempowered. You start to lose hope. But like, if you just understand that there is stuff you can do, and you like really focus on those kind of thoughts, those empowering thoughts, then you'll ultimately start to feel more empowered once you kind of think that way. And then that in and of itself will help you to start moving in a different direction. And I say that not just from trying to be some sort of motivational speaker, but I say that because I have experienced that in my life. And there's few things worse than starting to lose hope and starting to feel like, there's nothing you can do. Yeah. So anyhow, hopefully that empowers somebody, whether it be from the health standpoint or in a different area of life. It's cool. I say this not be done. It's cool because I know the stretching video I did, I think yesterday, somebody commented and they were saying something to the effect of they had some homework or something like that to do, and then they were not doing it, and then they watched my video, a stretching video, and it encouraged them to do their work. So it's cool to see that video encouraged somebody in a different area of life. So kudos to that guy. But be empowered, y'all. Be empowered. Don't worry, because worry, all that's going to do is torment you. Just realize you can actually choose. You do have a choice. You do have a choice. You just have to get used to choosing to not worry, and eventually your feelings will follow. Y'all have a good one. As we get older, it becomes increasingly important to maintain and build muscle. Muscle helps you burn fat, stay mobile, and can contribute to longevity. However, many people have no idea how to work out to build muscle. My mini workout series on Patreon provides you with my body weight mini workout video library. These workouts use little to no equipment, which means that you can do them in the privacy of your own home. They start at beginner level and progress from there to ensure you continue to see results. Every workout is a full body workout, hitting chest, back, legs, and glutes, as well as other muscles in between. Become a patron today and receive access to my series of mini workouts, plus access to a digital copy of my book, 8 Weeks to Transform Your Diet and Your Health. By combining the workouts with healthy diet changes, as outlined in my book, you'll definitely be on your way to weight loss, improved health, and visible results. Join me at patreon.com/SeanB2B Fitness today.